guys, TJ here. I'm signing back on to Phoenix Wright. I used Attorney Trilogy. So we are still in the middle of the trial. We're about to cross-examine what I hope is the final testimony, talking about whether or not, like, the whole thing with the right hand or left hand has gotten a bit out of hand, honestly. So the victim was wearing an HMD. HDTV, CD, DVD, what does it matter? It was done impartially, but anyway. And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side? No question! I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. From the opposite table, he'd only have a view of the side of the victim's head. Kept fiddling with that all the time. It seems you kept an eye on Mr. Glenelg. It was getting on my nerves. Rustling that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went and made all that fuss dying from one sip of cappuccino. I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just looking at him made me suddenly speed up my seed eating. I could have choked. So I take it the victim was a walking ball of nervous energy. The earpiece you mentioned. Which hand did the victim touch it with? You're one of those people, aren't you? You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket. Or fastens your left cuff with your right hand. And when the tour guide says on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah. You're the only one who deliberately looks left. Well, aren't you? No, I didn't mean... Actually, he used the hand on the same side his body was... earpiece was in. Ow! 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 So we had the HMD on his left side, and it was his left hand, I guess. Then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo. That's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you try to play on me. Looks like you really did see the guy picking up the cup with his left hand. This is a dead end. Well, Nick, what do you think? I think the guy's telling the truth. But even so, something's not quite right. Then chuck evidence on him until he breaks. But if he's not lying, there wouldn't be any contradictions in his testimony, right? Okay, wearing the earpiece on the same side as specs. If we look at the picture, the specs is on his left side. So he's saying that the left eardrum was ruptured. What earpiece? Wait. Hang on a second. Why would he wear an earpiece on why would he wear an earpiece with an ear that had been ruptured? Wouldn't it be better to use it on the other ear? Because again, ruptured. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Kudo, there's something very strange about your observations with the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as his HMD. No question. You can look me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear. because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pigeon! Pretty pigeon! And he's lost his mind. Just a little more than you already did. He's gotten even more senile. Order! 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 This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind, and he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot, a single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the brim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down. I know I'm right. Vlad drank the Javachino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly the victim used both hands. He took a sip of the cup held in his right hand and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Impossible. The witness had already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee.
Objection.
Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elk drank the poisoned coffee. Like this! Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether or not the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I'm satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court, but to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you papa's old fogey! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That's all for now. This court is adjourned. Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo? Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now. Still the wrong phrasing, but go on. How is your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else the court should know. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance! I want another crack at you, you young shark! Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Jappuccino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man! That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet! Much, much quicker! I can't believe this is happening. You better get ready, youngster. I get the picture. Just quit throwing those seeds at me, would ya? He's gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code with... He's gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Oh, man. That was good. That was real good. Alright, what do you got, Gramps? First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Jappuccino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase, he knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, hmm? Where's the picture of the crime scene? No, the vase was still standing. Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. You're doubting me again! You're doubting a poor, defenseless old man! No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah, so what? Probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain! That's why that's all you can think of! Very well. Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please. I don't even need to press anything. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. So what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there. Intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, Granddad? I'm no granddad of yours, Hopscotch! Ow! 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 Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. Hey! What is it now? I just remembered something! Yes. Go on. The broken vase. It was on my table. For fuck's sake. What? Well, you see. It started with me when that young light collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean. The vase on your table. Yeah, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked. We're done here. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all? Perhaps it's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Ah! Wait a minute! If that's the case, there's more! I've got more to say! Oh, God, no more. Bailiff, escort this witness out of the courtroom. Wait! Listen to me! Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked, and I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities with the testimony we've heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it! I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There was one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor. The witness we just heard from. He's most insistent that his testimony should be of use, so he summarized it accordingly into the statement. Okay. You may each have a copy of it, if you wish. Whatever. Prosecution doesn't need props like that. Gadal's really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's. Yes, Your Honor. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old's apology. heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? That is all. This court is adjourned. Honestly, that last one might have been the... No, wrong one. Actually, those last 2. The one with the... yeah. So, how do you think the trial went this morning? How do you think it went? Got a bit crazy in there. I was just wondering if that killed our chances. Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Plus, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee. All we know is what old Mr. Kudo saw. The apron, straps, and the ribbon. And that the victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured. Talk about a terrifying case of contradictionitis. Time to play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh? Yeah! We've got to find one for Maggie, or she's going to have a terminal case of guilty. Alright. Let's see how Maggie's doing. Probably not too good, to be honest. I guess Maggie's still in questioning. But we've got questions to ask her too! Maggie! Maggie! Keep it down, Maya. This isn't a playground, you know. Oh, okay, say hello to... Gumshoe? Looks like Gumshoe's not here. Damn. Never mind that. What's going on? It feels different in here somehow. You think? Yeah. Everyone seems to be on edge. What are you doing? Call in the officers for the briefing, quick! Can't you shut down the station server? Chief, quit playing on the internet! But my emo pen pal... 1337AZ and... Princes? Save it for later, I'm turning it off now! No! Everyone's keeping busy in here, huh? Keeping busy? More like panicking if you ask me. Something's going on. Something big. How are you? I'm okay. How was the show last night? Wow, what an awesome job. Maybe I should send in my resume and become a chief. Must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Even pickpockets can have their pockets picked. That's a keeper. Fair to go with something that doesn't sound too much like a slogan. He must be coming up with slogans for a crime prevention campaign. But I'm not sure he even knows what kind of crime he's trying to prevent. Okay, so we're not gonna find out anything here right now. So, let's head to Trebian. So much pink. Empty, as usual. Yeah, and it's lunchtime too. That's it! Come on, come on, come on! Hey, that sounds like... No, just call in Nate, pal! Come on, I know you can! Oh, here you are, Gumshoe. He's getting really worked up about something. No, that's the wrong... No, he's playing the lottery. Ugh! I was like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What a rip-off. What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe? Hmm? Oh, it's you. I was just listening to the radio, pal. To the radio. Hey! Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here. He is. And he's having the 20 set. What can I say? This is a nightmare. How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal? You really drove her into a corner, you know. You always blow apart my testimony. Why of all days didn't you do it today? Sorry, there just weren't any holes in it. For once. Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese? Would you have preferred crumbly like aged Parmesan? Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So, did Maggie say anything to you? About me, I mean. Well, how did she put it again? Can't believe Detective Gumshoe! I hate him, sir! I mean it! I don't ever want to see him again! Something like that. Please, Detective Gumshoe, I didn't mean... Why? Why is this happening? He's banging his head against the wall, Nick. Oh, man. Poor Gumshoe. So, did you like the twin tea set? I've never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous, my hands were shaking. So, how'd it taste? Well, for 20 bucks, I guess? I don't know how to describe it, really. It was delicate. Delicate? You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you? What's the matter with him? Looks like he's just thinking. That's it! I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste. And I just realized. It's bad! That's it! It tasted bad! It's just kinda hard to admit it to yourself when you paid 20 bucks for it, you know? Maybe he should have found out about the price after he'd finished eating. Hey Nick, maybe that's why Glen Elk came here. Maybe he heard about the super fierce twin tea set. If by fierce you mean fearsome. Speaking of Glen Elk, that reminds me. We still hardly know anything about the guy. Why don't we ask Detective Gumshoe what he knows, seeing as he's here? That's actually a good idea. What do you know about the guy? This guy was a real programming genius. They called him the walking computer at the place where he worked. What happens when he crashes, though? Does he just stop moving all of a sudden? He wasn't literally a computer, Maya. Anyway, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim. Yeah, that's what we found out yesterday, too. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, don't you have any information that's a bit more fun? Fun? Oh, I know! So, have you paid a visit to where Mr. Elk worked yet? You might as well. His workplace? Where's that? A computer firm called Blue Screens Inc. Or something like that. Sounds like a real stable company. This could be fun, Nick. Let's go. Computers aren't really my thing, Maya. We'll be fine. I know all about that high-tech stuff. I wonder about that. It's just around the corner from this joint. You should take a look. A computer firm called Blue Screens Inc., huh? That might be another reason why he came here. It's just around the corner. I'm too curious. This is it? I feel like we're in a very, very white, mostly clean basement. Wow, this place is so high-tech. You can almost smell the electricity in the air. It is a computer firm, Maya. They can't work without electricity, you know. Who are you? Oh! Oh, hello? I'm sorry, this access is restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked. Wow, what secrets? Everything you see here is classified. No information can leave this building. Understood. likes this woman. She's like a robot from some kind of whacked educational show. My name is Lisa Basu. Another palindrome name. I am the company director. Director? She's human. She's more like a ghost in a shell. She's not really a major multiple, but sure. And that thing over her eye. Is that the same device as Glenn Elks? That's a DMH, right? Nice try, but it's the other way around, Maya. It's an HMD. All of my programmers here at Blue Screens Inc. are supplied with HMDs. Then, do you write programs too? No, I just enjoy wearing this. They are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one. So, what exactly is this firm's business? I would try to simplify it so that you can understand. We analyze the data management systems required by certain branches of industry, and then deliver optimum operating systems and source-level components to them. You lost me on the corner of analyze and management. Doesn't matter. They analyze stuff. You got that much, right? The software we produce is distributed on CDs. CDs? Yes, compact disc. Digital optical storage media. Of course, CDs are used for software as well as music. It's a small firm, but all of my employees are first-class programmers. Let's ask one of them what they are doing. Excuse me, what are you working on right now? I'm researching the impact of time slice and combinate. Well, you get the idea. This is the sort of thing we are involved in. Did you good people follow all of that? Yeah. Your blank smile just said otherwise, Maya. You know what will happen, right, Miss Basil? You mean about Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know. It's terrible. Can you tell us anything that might be helpful? I don't think so. A police officer was here earlier, too. But I couldn't tell him anything either, because the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens Inc. Oh. How about Mr. Elk's desk? Have you cleared it out already? No, not yet. It's this one, right in front of you. If there's anything that might be useful to you, you're welcome to take it. I guess there might be a clue here somewhere. Alright, let's check it out. Whoa! Look at this desk, Nick! What a mess! It's pretty average to me. But you can't get any work done with everything all over the place like this. You think? Real whiz kids can work under any condition, you know? She's trying to hint that I should tidy my desk more. I'll clean up my desk when Maya stops asking silly questions. No hurry, then. Hey! This calendar! What about it? If this is another hint about tidying, you can forget it. Someone's marked December 3rd in red pen. December 3rd? That's the day Mr. Elk was murdered. Is there anything else? Yeah! It says, meet with the tiger. The tiger? Probably the guy on the... Ow! I hit my hand on the desk. It's probably the guy we ran into on, in Vitamin Park. Wow, look at this mess. Looks like they're all betting tickets. What kind of betting tickets? For betting on which horse will win a given race? The horse racing tickets. Oh, wow. The drawers are stuffed full of these. Looks like they're all losing tickets, though. To 500! How did you have any money, my man? This many tickets would get you, what, $1 down at the recycling center? But I didn't know you were so hard up that you'd need to try to profit from the dead, Nick. I'm just taking them as evidence, Maya. Would you mind taking a look at this? I'm sorry, that data is... Sesame. If it's not Sesame, then it must be her mother's maiden name. That's how it always is. There's no point in having a password if it's always the same thing, Maya. Guess she just doesn't want to talk about this. Yeah, might be a good idea. About Mr. Elg. He was a top programmer. I would say he was even I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from 1 or 2 bugs in his personality. Oh? Like what? He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best word to describe it. That's what got him into trouble. What's the matter? He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. So he was really no trouble at all. A model employee. Hey, wait a minute! Just now you said something about him being in trouble. You've got to find out what this trouble was exactly. About Mr. Elg. Was he in some kind of trouble? I'm sorry? Why would you think that? I thought you said something about it just now. You said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser. Mm-hmm. Three Cyclops. I guess Mr. Elg is like every other man with his own pile of secrets. Do I have... Well, I got this and this, technically. I'll be right back. I want to investigate everything I can. The scooter's back. So is the tiger. I don't see any sign of Mr. Kudo, do you? Maybe he went to buy another ton of bird seeds. What happened to the infinite ammo code? I was kind of hoping he wouldn't be here anyway. At least not for now. Besides, any more seeds today and I'm liable to turn into a real phoenix. Hey, check this out! I wouldn't get too close to that if I were you, otherwise you might be in for a shock. My phony must be lurking someplace nearby. Just imagine, a tiger loose in the city! Meanwhile, the real phoenix is like an abandoned chick lost in a vast urban jungle. Huh? Don't worry, someday you'll grow up and become a ferocious tiger too. Don't lose hope. Why is he trying to pep talk me into becoming my phony? Hey look, pigeons! Yeah, and heaps of them too. Thing with the dove again. Okay, so... Tiger's around here somewhere. Huh? Mr. Armstrong's talking to someone. I'll be back next month. Hooey! Naturalmente, I will be waiting for you. If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here. No, I will have everything ready. I promise. I love fire, you know. I love the way it crackles. No. Stop it. I beg you. Then don't let me down. I'll be watching you. Mais no! This is not necessary. You can trust me, mademoiselle. Talk to anyone, and I'll drive a knife Right through your heart. Oh, no, you don't have to worry. You worry far too much. Maybe this will help you relax. It is the oil of sandalwood. I do love raw meat from time to time. I'll be taking my leave. Goodbye. For now. I have the shivers. I must rub some of my oil all over my body before I become the nervous wreck. There. Oh, Eevee, that feels good. Oh la la! Excusez-moi, monsieur. My eyes! My eyes! Your eyes? If you have trouble with your eyes, you need this, the oil of sandalwood. Isn't this just leftovers? Just the leftovers from what you were using? So, who's that woman you were just talking to? Oh la la, you saw that? No, well, yeah, sorry. So, who was she? She looked so polite and graceful. Polite? Graceful? And she likes raw meat and fires, right? I'll be back next month. Oui, naturellement, I will be waiting for you. If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here. No, I will have everything ready, I promise. Now that I think about it. Hey Maya, I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having. You think so? Well then let's show them that piece of evidence and see what happens. What piece of evidence? This? I don't comprehend. Okay. This? This? You don't exactly have any customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong? No, you are right, monsieur. But perhaps that is the perfect time for you to visit me, no? That way I can give you my undivided attention and cook for you la dish supreme. Putting on a brave face, huh? That's what girls do, Nick. But you're alright. Business is very difficult these days. Perhaps the name is the problem. People do not understand it. They think it is Trey. I just wanted people to think that my restaurant was exclusive. But they think you just serve fast food on cheap plastic trays. Nick, that's the kind of thing that can make a girl cry. Have you forgotten that Mr. Armstrong is a man, Maya? But this restaurant is my life. It is everything to me. I will defend it to the finale. No one will take it from me. Good for you. Is Maggie ready now? No. Let's try it. So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Hulk was in? I'm sorry, sir, but we don't deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak with someone in customer service. What's she talking about? Guess I better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Did Mr. Elk's trouble have something to do with this? What is that? A bunch of horse racing tickets. All losing ones. With that many tickets, you could get $1 at the recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Cashing in on others' misfortunes is immoral. Is that a whiff of hypocrisy I smell? But what of the relevance of these tickets? The victim, Mr. Glenn Elg. He had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone wants to go to the races from time to time. Yeah, but not everyone buys as many tickets. Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own. You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Elg's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? The lottery ticket. The lottery, horse racing, he bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's gotta have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Maybe bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps? No. You are right. Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example. Do you understand? Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000. Yeah, but... It's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it? It's true that Mr. Elk won $500,000 in the end. But that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that. Deep trouble? What do you mean? Mr. Elk's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. Mr. Elk met with someone on the day he was killed. He even made a note on his calendar about the meeting. Meet with the tiger. What is the relevance of that? Are you trying to suggest Glenn was meeting him to discuss his debt? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I have never heard anything about this tiger before. Maybe he's not even human. Maybe he really is a tiger. I'm no programmer, but does she really expect me to buy such messed up logic? In that case, I think it's time to introduce you to the tiger. Which I actually have not. I haven't met him yet. Like, officially met him. Investigation has just begun, and I already... I actually completely forgot about this. $500,000. Tender lender. God, she's scary. So long as that paper exists, I am but a delightful angel with the broken wings. An angel, huh? Does bode well when you think about it. They kept harassing me month after month. In the end, I had to give in. I agreed to help them. Help them? With what? My being sued. If I did not owe them the money, I would have refused. But my answer died. Please. Please, what did you agree to help them with? No, I cannot say. If I tell you, that woman, she will slice me up. And eat me with the salad garnish. Ew. Oh, that doesn't mean that he'll literally be sliced up and served with garnish. I'm going to guess that woman has something to do with your loan contractor. Am I right? Please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman. The woman who was here earlier. I take it that she's Why has it come to this? What a tragedy. Suddenly I find myself so deep in it. It is a sign of the bad world we live in. No, I'd say more a sign of the bad culinary skills. Is the woman who was here? The scary woman? She is from the loan office. Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from? Oui. Tenderlander, it is called. Catchy name. Just hearing it makes me want to borrow some money. Please, you must not borrow them from them. If you must, no more than $10. $10? Sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya. Hey! I can't spend more than that, thank you very much. So Tenderlander is the loan office you borrowed $500,000 from, huh? I wonder if they've got anything to do with this case. I am a weak woman. When I am upset, I have to buy something nice to cheer me up. Thanks to him loaning me the money, I have to pay back $500,000 now. I am like a slave. I have to do everything that he tells me. Who's this he? The tiger. The tiger? Oui. He is the manager of the Tenderlander, a terrifying man, a big city mobster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. As soon as I hear the noise of the battered old scooter he rides, I start to cry. A big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter? Does this guy resemble me by any chance? Oh, no. This man has a presence, a most formidable personality. Although, oui, he does have the spiky hair, just like you. Oui, there is a resemblance there, I suppose. Sounds like this loan office is worth checking out after all. If you want to visit the Tenderlander, it is just beyond Vitamin Square. Hey, Nick? If you need money, I can loan you some. As long as it's less than $3. Thanks for the offer. Just beyond Vitamin Square, huh? Alrighty. Also, so what were you all excited about earlier? Huh? That's right, you said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited. Come on, Detective Gumshoe, you can tell little old me. What were you listening to? Nothing, really. It was just the, daily exercise show. What the? A cyclock? This special lobster sure is great. Then why are there tears in your eyes? Come on, Gumshoe, you're not fooling me. Alright, Detective Gumshoe, tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No, wait, pal. Now that you've made a big thing out of it, I'm not gonna tell you. We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, it's pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to the lottery. I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you'd try to win big, just like Glenn Elk did. It's like you can see right through me. No, you're just that obvious. Very, very obvious. That cracked him already? See, pal, that's why I said it was nothing. I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try. Was just everyone in the lottery? So, how'd it go? I won 50 cents. It'd be better to win nothing at all than half a lousy buck. I was so mad. Yeah, I know the feeling. I bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elg, you see. And they've got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. They even do the drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal. I bet that's what Mr. Elk was listening to on the day he was killed. Yeah. What time is it now? It's It's just under 1:30. And the lottery results always broadcast at the same time? Yeah. Look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket. Every Monday at 1:30. Millionaire Radio. That sounds so cool. I want to try it, Nick. To buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money. Well, I'm gonna head back to the precinct now. I've got a big meeting starting in a bit. About Maggie's case, you mean? No, it's pretty much wrapped up now. There's another big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside. Okay, well, see you later then. Bye. You better get going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I've kind of got a favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah, it's for, Maggie, actually. I was kind of hoping you'd give this to her for me. What is it? It's a lunchbox. I got up early so I could make it. I've been real worried about her. She looks like she lost a lot of weight. Detective Gumshoe. How many weenies are in here? There's not a person on Earth who could down this much meat. You think? I love weenies. Can't get... Oh, you do you? Tender and juicy? Moving on. So you give it to her. It took me ages to make it, so please say you will, pal. I can't exactly say no, can I? Maybe I'll eat it myself. Moving on. Don't forget, okay? Counting on you to give that to Maggie. He's finally gone. Yeah, we'll do that in a second. I'm more curious about this 10th lender right now. This place gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it? Looks like the tiger isn't in his lair. And that is, as they say, a very good thing. Welcome. Oh. Talk about a creepy voice. It makes your soul want to shrivel up and die. You're here to discuss a loan? No, not exactly. The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. She's gone. Just like that. I guess we'll just have to come back another time. But this is a perfect opportunity, Nick. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick. Let's take a look around. Do you think it'd be okay? Of course. No one will ever know. Coffee? I'll leave it here for you to enjoy. Quietly. Yes, thank you. Do not touch the desk, please. Nick, let's get out of here. Now she wants to get out of here. Hang on. Can I just... Hey, look at this Persian-style coat. It's so chic. Looks more like a pimp coat to me. Guess I haven't got an eye for fashion. Hey, look at this. This suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick. Same color as my suit? Ah! Keep your voice down, Maya. Nick, you've got to take a look at this. Some cake? I'll just leave it here for you. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Just wait here quietly. Otherwise... Sure. you sure then, Nick? Wait quietly, she said. Yeah, sure. I have my eye on you, only so I can take care of you. Understand? I'm scared, Nick. So, what were you getting so excited about before? Look, the lapel on the suit. That is the fakest attorney's badge I've ever seen. It's literally just one of those cardboard things. Is the tiger a lawyer? No way. Look at this thing. It's made of paper. For some reason, your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick. Why doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? She said don't touch the desk. I'm not gonna... Let's see. This round doll thing is called a Dharma, I think. I figured I'd read a book or two and be more cultured, in case you're wondering. You mean you weren't making stuff up for a change? I bet you also didn't know that no matter what, he'll always write himself. Go on, Nick. Give him a good shove. Only if I feel like dying. Now, this yellow thing, this is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's a cane? Not that I'm an expert or anything. I'm more of a reversey person, you know. Assuming she knows what she's talking about, these aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they? Hey, there's a piece of paper sticking out from under here. What is it? A repair bill. Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? 15,000 to replace a bumper and a light? That's insane! The car is registered to the Cadaverines. So it's not even the tiger's car. Why would someone else's repair bill be in the tiger's office? The Cadaverini. That's the mob he works for, obviously. No, someone's dropped the ashtray on the floor. That's going to be a nightmare to clean up. Yeah, it's all over the rug and everything. I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning up was such a pain. It was one of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal. How did she manage to knock one of those over? Aren't they supposed to be super heavy? Oh, hey! There's a book of matches here, too. Matches, huh? Places don't give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second. What is it? Look what's printed on its cover. It says Très Bien. These matches could come in handy. We might be able to use them. Yeah, the pilot light for the office boiler keeps going out. Sweet and a miss, Maya. Sweet and a miss. That's one impressive desk on one impressive rug. It's solid gold, Nick. Gold! Just look at the shine! Only real gold shines like that. Would you really want such a shiny desk, though? I don't know, but let's see what it's like to sit in a solid gold desk. Wow, I'm completely dazzled! That's because it's completely dazzling. I can see up my nose in the reflection. That's gotta be really distracting. So the desk isn't practical. No surprise there. What's this? It's a punching bag. What? No way! You wouldn't catch me walking around with a bag like that! What do you mean walking around? The design's gross to start with, and it's way too heavy to be practical. And why is it called a punching bag? Don't people know messenger bags are in? I knew it. I was right back at Très Bien. Back at Très Bien. Paris fashion is more my thing. I really hope she's pulling my chain on this one. We didn't do a compromise. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. It must mean something if they took the trouble to frame it like that. Yeah, well, it still doesn't make any sense to me. That... That's Tender Lender's guiding principle. Oh? Compromise the customer to win. Oh. I see. How about you, Nick? Yeah, well, as long as we don't have to compromise my hair, I'd say we're okay. That's one slogan no business owner should ever explain to their customers. Okay, I'm happy. Time to go. There he is! Old Sadie's back feeding the pigeons again. There, take this, and get out of my park! Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, Maya, just keep your head down and let's sneak away while we still can. What? Why? Hello, old man? What are you doing, Maya? Hey, he just turned his back on us. I'm not surprised. I bet I really hurt his pride in court this morning. Hey, Mr. Kudo! Baby pigeon. Look, we really need to talk to you, alright? Out with the demons! In with the good fortune! Ow! 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 Seize! Shell splinters! Painful! I always knew you were a demon, Maya. I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today. Everyone will be talking about me behind my back now. Dirty old man who was so busy looking at the serving girl's backside. That he can't remember her face. A filthy, depraved animal. Not at all. You listen to me, boy? I don't care what you say. I even saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder into the young lad's Javachino. We hear you. And another thing, the young layabout was wearing an earpiece. On the same side as the lens of his broken spectacles. We're really sorry. So I made a little mistake about the face. So what? I know what I saw. I tell ya! Okay, take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo. Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky-haired brat! Take this! You said you were a craftsman, right? The modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside for droves. Surely it's not that. I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer. I was born one. Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself. I want to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scrape right down his ear hole. Objection! Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young? I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood. That's all. Okay, so now we have frustration inside and it's ready to burst out. If we let him start rambling now, we might never shut him up. What should I do? Actually, we've got places to go, things to check and stuff. Maybe another time? Alright, whatever. Just don't forget. I've got a tsunami's worth of grumbling to do. Yes. This girl right here is really looking forward to hearing it all. Honest. What? I never said that! Come to the place where I work then. Here, bring this along with you. What is this? It's covered in seeds. A discount coupon for a burger? He really wants someone to grumble at, huh? Although it is a burger joint. Why not? Guess I'll better let him talk. So there's not much call for craftsmen these days, then? Of course not, you idiot! All I'm good for nowadays is running errands. Errands? Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of two-bit community handyman? Well... buy some bread. Now that I can understand. But what's the point of beating some seedy pigeons? Why don't people say what they mean? Get lost. That's what they're trying to say. Oh, yes. I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I? I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute. What did he just say? At home and at that restaurant? Hold up. By restaurant, are you talking about Très Bien? Did you get asked to run an errand there, too? Yeah, I did. The very day the young brat was poisoned. What? Why didn't you say anything about this? So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do? Well, yes, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, the young man slumped over the table. His army girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shouted over to me. Excusez-moi, you, call the police. Call him yourself, I should have said back then, but I didn't think of it at the time. So, did you end up calling the police? Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Did you call them on your cell phone? Gah! Do I look like I have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I went out looking for a payphone, of course. You went looking for one? I couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so. 5 minutes? So for 5 minutes after the incident happened. Yes, sir, the owner was at trivia and on his own. Why didn't you mention this in court this morning? Well, I would have if you'd given me the chance. But you all bullied me out of the courtroom. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh, yes, I remembered something else. Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom. It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame. You could have at least told us before we got to court. Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police? What's important is the uncounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious. Which leaves that man, alone in the restaurant. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose. What do you mean? Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant. Oh, sure, you go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have just been getting myself covered in pitcher poop instead. We need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie, and from Mr. Armstrong. Let's start with Mr. Armstrong. Or not. Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again. But the place is open for business. You can't have an open restaurant without a chef. Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me. Only a couple of minutes after the incident happened, Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone. This is when we need to talk to him the most. Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose? Alright then, let's go talk to Maggie. Oh, Mr. Wright! Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you? Isn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? I'm going to stay up all night and blog about it, everything that happened. Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man. Well, he was all over the place with his testimony. He's not the only one. What do you mean? Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident, anyway. It's possible she's the one misremembering things? Well, first. Oh yeah, I've got something you're going to love. Really? What is it? A lunchbox, just for you. Here. Wow, a lunchbox. Weenies, too. I can't believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else would make such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe? He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this, too. I can't accept it. Detention's in the rules. No gifts allowed, sir. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that. The rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them. Somehow, when a nice cop-turned-waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier. And anyway, I hate weenies. Oh, really? You sounded pretty damn excited earlier, though. It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. But She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste. But I guess so. Well, how was it? That hit the spot. I love weenies. Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir. Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yep, there were just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him. But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee? So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it? Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right? It was MC Bomber, Maya. That name that was scrawled on the sports paper as well. They never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir. Or the victim's medication. That's gone missing too. Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me. You said that you passed out when the victim Glenn collapsed, right? Yes. So embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir. So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tribune? No idea at all. Why? Is it important, Mr. Wright? The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture. Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old Seedy wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police. Exactly. And you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time. No. You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you? When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong is involved in this at all. It's like the master biting the paw of the dog that beats it. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright? Well, the old man said as much when we spoke to him earlier. I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir. Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out. Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about old Seedy. I feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. Feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man. He's not really that bad of an old man, though. Still, I feel a bit uneasy. Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better. Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony. Roger, I'll spell it all and see what you make of it. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you? Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite what? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, it's true there was another customer in the restaurant. Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo. But I can't really say it was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man? No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman. A woman? Are you sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So what did this woman look like? She was sort of creepy. And she had kind of a cackling laugh. Tenderlander girl. It was definitely the tiger. Creepy. Cackling? Why do I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently? Well... Hang on, I'll be right back. There's a CD player on the desk, but the desk is so loud, it's a wonder you can hear it. The light's open. I wonder what kind of music the tiger's into. Have you finished the coffee? Ah! Yes, thanks. It was lovely. So, you drink it all? Oh. If you touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup. It's that coffee. It was laced with something, I'm almost sure of it. Nick, my stomach, it's killing me. Oh, wait, maybe it was just the burger I ate for breakfast. I sure hope so. Better take a look at that CD while we're still alive and have a chance. What the? What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Call Out the Tiger? It's a demo CD. The artist's name has been handwritten on the disc in pen. MC Bomber. What? This must be the CD Maggie told us about. Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal. No way. That woman will make us drink more coffee if we do. There he is. Come out from under the desk, Maya. What are you two snooping around my office for? Nothing. We're precious carpet. You just got ash on my rug. You gonna wish your ugly feet never came through my door. It wasn't us. It was already like, you just wanna argue with me? Is that what you're doing? You think you can take me on? I'm gonna flatten you two into pancakes and turn you into my new rugs. Oh, Don Tigre, you're back. That voice, it's like evil seeping into your head through your ears. I'm sorry, Don Tigre. I knocked over that ashtray earlier, and... Has she got a death wish or what? Oh, right. Huh? Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing. What? They ain't gonna get mad at you. You too cute, you hear? That's so unfair! Here, have some cookies. I just baked them. And you'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing you're alone. Phoenix Wright. Yes! You's either crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, but now you's gotta come and mess up my plan. So it was him. He's my phony. But I don't care. No one gets in my way. What? I mean, excuse me? You should have left the little girl at home, right? I have a few things I want. No questions. This is the last time we meet. Wait, please! That was pretty weak, Nick. You waited until he was out of earshot before you shouted after him. Like you're one to talk. I didn't hear you scream, hold it either. The espresso. And cookies. This one was definitely not good for my heart. Now, what was it the tiger called her? Violetta? So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tender Lender.
With the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business. A conscientious rate of interest. And an attractive repayment policy.
Why do I get the feeling this sentence is not going to end well?
We will tenderly lend you that little bit extra here at Tender Lender.
Hey, Nick, things are a bit tight for writing code at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan? Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much.
Tender Lender is on your side.
So, let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then?
We'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee.
Right, I think I'd rather skip town. Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well. So, do you know about the incident we're investigating?
What incident?
Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident.
Let me see. I was here that day with the manager.
The manager being the tiger.
Furio Tigre.
Furio? Tigre? So that's where the tiger thing comes from. Shinyo's got a real name. Nick, hurry and find out more about him. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre?
Cookie?
Sure?
How do you like my cookies? I bake them myself.
Go ahead, Nick. The honor's all yours. No, ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and the scary girl doing working together?
We are lovers.
That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice.
And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me.
The tiger saved you?
Please, address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to.
Okay, Don Tigre, of course, I'm sorry. He saved your life? I'd sure like to know what happened.
I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died once.
You died?
About 4 months ago. The doctor said to abandon all hope.
I guess they were expecting her to take a boat right across the river Styx.
But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything.
Everything?
When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy.
No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe.
I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso.
I still wonder about what's in her coffee. So, is that why you've got that bandage around your head?
This?
So what's the story with the bandage?
They put it on after the operation.
Operation?
It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury.
A fatal injury? Maya just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once. Ooh. 4. Ugh, she really creeps me out, Nick. Same here, but we gotta find out the truth. After I... do this. Oh, no, run. Okay. Here we show his profile. Furio TJ, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called the Tender Lender. This is who Mr. L met with on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debt. It's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think. $100,000? Ouch. But I heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear. Shame Maggie couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then? Well, this isn't easy to say, but he said he would use his talents to repay the money. His talents? I suspect he was talking about programming. What computer program is worth $100,000? Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work. I'm so close to cracking her. The program in question, was it by any chance this? What? Oh. No. We don't have the program. He's still not here. The main server just went up a smoke. Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's here already. Yeah. And there's a problem with the internet too. I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief. But I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my Asian soap operas. It's gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch. No! Just when some young guy was about to confess to his son's hot-to-trot girlfriend. Wow, this place is really buzzing. Something must be going down. Something really big. Oh, what are you doing here, pal? Detective Gumshoe! You can't be here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay. Huh? We've got big problems here today. Why? What's going on? It's a virus! A virus! A virus? There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system. But I really need to ask you some questions. Okay, I'm only gonna say this once, so listen up. Yes! No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this. You hear? Okay. If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. We're not thinking of borrowing money, Detective. We want information. Oh. Subtle? Oh, let's see. Tender lender is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. And it seems they ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed calling in all their debts. Really? Don't go poking your nose around in their business, pal. You'll really regret it if you upset that lady. Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did he just say? That lady? Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick? We better find out what the story is with this lady. That's the girl who works over at Tender Lender. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it. She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she? least of your worries, pal. What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse? Her name is Viola Cadaverini. She's the only granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini.
Bruto Cadaverini? Do you know who that is, Nick?
Never heard of him. Bruto Cadaverini's the boss of the Cadaverini family. Cadaverinis? That's one scary sounding name. We can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. I better get some more info out of Gumshoe about this family. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved with this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Who are they? Scary bunch of people, that's who. You're a cop, and you're scared. What's that about? Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop. These guys are scary. They've got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. We can't touch them. They've got too much moolah. Moolah? As in, pretty much control the cash in the city's black market. The black market, huh? And that includes tender lender, I take it. Sure, no one sends up to Brutal Cadaverini. And I mean no one. Interesting.
So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss then?
Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. She means everything to him.
So, how did she end up at Tender Lender?
I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss of Tender Lender are pretty tight.
Tight?
That's what it said in a file I read related to Maggie's case. Sounds like a pretty important clue. Detective Gumshoe, about this. What? I'm trying to concentrate on Maggie and that virus right now, so Ah! This is it! Its stupid name! I remember now! I thought so. Here it comes.
Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark, Nick! What's going on?
It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. The name scribbled on the sports paper and written on the CD. That's the name of the virus! MC Bomber!
What?
Yeah, the virus has just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber. Can you give us any more details, please? We already knew that about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if their demands weren't met.
Who are they?
I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. Now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah. It's in every computer and every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival.
All this stuff with criminals and viruses. It almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie.
Apparently the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. Focus right now is on tracing the roots of this virus on the black market. You mean someone put this virus up for sale? Yeah, and because this one's so powerful, they're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal.
In the millions? A virus can be worth that much.
Ah! I can't believe it! I almost forgot the most important thing. And that is, you know, the lunchbox. How'd everything go?
The lunchbox? You remember? The weenies? I hate weenies!
Oh, yeah, those weenies. So, how do my weenies taste when they went out in hatch?
Huh? Well, it was delicious.
Yeah, that's what she said? Really?
Well,
don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared. Prepared? What do you mean? I made a jumbo lunchbox.
Oh.
Do me a favor, get out, pal, and deliver this. Sure is a heavy burden, in more ways than one. I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that.
Weenies again. Nick, don't tell me we have to eat all these too. I really can't eat anymore. Oh, she's not here anymore. But now we know the MC Bomber is the program. Now we know this is the program. Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber. Glenn's head had more processing power than any computer. But it had been infected with a gambling virus. Glenn was in too deep. You mean he was in debt? Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work. Something a bit risky. Risky? How? Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Très Bien? Where do you come up with these ideas? So it's safe to say that Mr. Elg was the creator of this virus then, huh? The MC Bomber virus? Yes. It was a work of genius. In a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. Inconceivable. Gumshoe was ripe for a change. This date, December 3rd, that is marked on his calendar, that was his deadline for repaying his debts. I guess we won't be needing these horse racing tickets anymore. Use the trash can, Nick! Okay. That might be all I can get out of her. You still gone? Yes. She's got 4, so this isn't going to be easy. You said that bandage around your head was from an operation. You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct? Yes. The operation was very difficult, apparently. Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Did the injury in question have something to do with this? This smashed up thing? No.
Oh! I'm just sitting there, just with it on the screen, and it's like, oh yeah, probably that. I have your car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident.
Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis?
Yes, it is.
I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me?
Something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright? Your relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. Pretty much just... yeah. I know exactly who you are. Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you?
It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family's cars when someone pulled out in front of me. It was a motorbike, or something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swerved to try and avoid it, but...
Oof. That's one hell of a way to be put into debt. Almost taking out a mob boss's freaking daughter. Oh boy.
I took a blow to the head. A bad one.
Yeah, I can imagine. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right?
I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard.
Ran away?
If they'd stayed, I'd have...
It's possible. Could the person be the one who committed the hit and run have been Furio? It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident.
It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it. We collided. The motorbike and my car. But Don Tigre isn't injured at all, is he?
It was the tiger who caused Viola to crash. I could feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in the traffic accident on his bike, which would probably be the scooter itself. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? This repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they?
It's possible. Perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true.
I knew it.
But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive.
How much are we talking?
Very, very, very expensive.
She seems kind of hesitant about giving me an actual figure, so I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right?
After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me.
Doubtful.
I believe him.
Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation was because of you, but someone else. Grandpa! Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Brutal Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadavarini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money?
$1 million.
It all comes down to the million.
Four months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure.
Oh, really? Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big.
They said the operation cost $1 million.
$1 million?
My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation.
Compensation, huh? It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow.
I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadavarini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. But I knew that wasn't really true.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
What he did to get the money was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him.
You helped him? In what way?
Here, take these.
What are these? Medical papers?
I'm Bruto Cadavarini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer he simply couldn't refuse.
$1 million bill for cranial surgery. Payment was due last year. Wow, I feel so bad for Viola. It's inexcusable. Huh? There are two things I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics. Is everything alright, Nick? We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. Yeah. I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Oh, hello, you're back. Hey, bonjour. I have been waiting for you to return. Mr. Armstrong. Good timing. I was hoping to find you here, but I'd like to ask you a few questions. Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you fellas. Oh, hi. Nah, shut up. Who are you calling Zen Oop? Come out from under the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over. What? You just want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. Medical papers, now. Uh-oh, I think he wants Viola Cadavarini's papers back. You mean this, the $1 million medical papers. Miss Cadavarini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. You just want to know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. And it ain't only her face. She thinks she's got power because she's Bruto's little girl. No, that's sad. I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court. I'm going to expose what you did to get the $1 million you used to pay this off. Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's two of us here. You got that? Two. We. Mr. Armstrong. Forgive me. This way, I cannot argue with him. Ow! That really hurt. Is that all you got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter. Wait! Don't take it too hard. Phoenix Wright. I was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Those medical papers were vital evidence. Hold it, pal! Gumshoe! Detective Gumshoe! Detective? You think you're gonna stop me, Copper? Beat it! Whoa! Come on, Gumshoe. Keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me. But go, pal, and take this. If you get hurt, who's gonna look after Maggie, huh? Alright. Thanks, Gumshoe. Wait, Nick! Don't leave me behind! I'll get even with that guy tomorrow. In court. Tenderlander's going down. Whew, boy. We've made enemies with one very dangerous man. Alright. That's where I'm gonna end the episode. We'll start the trial in the next one. And put the real murderer in jail. Till then, I'm signing off. Bye-bye.